What's up, everybody? Dark Knight 316, Rubber Ruler Gaming, and this is our Tackles and Takedowns podcast. Alright, so this week we're doing the football picks again. Should be week 11.
So what'd you think about last week? I did terrible.
Yeah, well, it's still good. This week, Thursday Night Football kicks off with the Jets against the New England Patriots.
Man, I gotta give you credit.
8-2 Patriots.
I gotta give you credit for your Patriots. I thought Mike Vrabel was gonna turn the team around. I didn't think he was gonna do this well. Patriots take it against the Jets, but I wish the Titans never got rid of him because Vrabel, I think, was my favorite coach since Jeff Fisher. I can't believe they got rid of Vrabel. I just liked his energy. He was a great coach for Tennessee, and apparently he's proven he's a great coach for New England.
He looks like he could be a coach.
Yeah,
he has the one he'd coach high school football or college football. He has that.
He looked like he was just made for coaching. So that's good. I'm glad to see them having success. So
all right, next one is the Commanders versus the Dolphins. They're both 3-7.
I got the Dolphins. The Dolphins are playing well last week, especially being able to beat the Bills. I think that they take it as they write as what's up Pop says on Friday, the minimum into the next win.
Do you think though that the Commanders will have their quarterback since he was out for concussion?
No. I think he's still out. I think also too they might just keep him out longer because they're nowhere near making it to the playoffs. So it gives them kind of just rest your quarterback. Give him the let him rest.
Well, this is also the international game too. So
yeah, keep him at home.
Maybe they'll just let him stay at home.
So
all right, next one: Panthers versus the Falcons.
This is interesting because last week I chose the Panthers, and Panthers are 5-5. Part of me wants to go the Falcons. It's a tough one because I think the Panthers are probably going to go. They can't go even because of 17 games, but they'll be where that 500 mark. But I think the Falcons win this one at home. I think that's the only advantage the Falcons have, and I believe who's their head coach, Raheem Morris. I think he gets let go at the end of the season. He hasn't been turning this team around that well, so.
All right, next one was hard to pick. The Bucs versus the Bills because the Bills have been on a losing streak on there, but I still think, personally, that they could beat the Bucs and beat Baker Mayfield.
Well, you could personally take that opinion and shove it because I'm going for the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers rebound again because they lost against the Patriots. I think they rebound. They beat the Bills. The Bills haven't been looking hot in the last couple games. I think the Bills lose the division because, Patriots are one game up, but I think the Bills haven't been playing well. You can't have Josh Allen do everything. So
no, but I think when he does do everything, that's when they start to fail because the Bills, in the past, have all been. They have this upward momentum, and they start doing all good, and then something happens, and then they just keep losing, don't even make it to playoffs. So, but I still pick the Bills. I still think that they're going to win against Baker Mayfield. So, all right, next one's Chargers versus the Jaguars.
I don't even got to say this one. I think the Chargers win it. The Jaguars, especially too because their two-way player Travis Hunter on the Jaguars is out for the season now, but they haven't used him as a two-way player. So they kind of have. I think the Jaguars kind of have Travis Hunter in they don't know how to use him. If they want him on defense, they want him on offense, but they didn't use him well enough. He's a rookie.
No, but you said he's out.
He's out. He's out for the season. Yeah.
So who's their backup?
I don't know their backup. He plays wide receiver and then he played corner, and he was their second round pick, and he hasn't turned out he hasn't done like as well because they haven't used him well. I think if you wanted to use them as both, you could have them as like a Dion moment. But Chargers take this one and go into victory.
All right, so then they'll move 8-3. Then okay, the next one is the Bears versus the Vikings.
This one, I personally don't believe J.J. McCarthy is the future of the Vikings. I think Vikings lose this one because of him. Bears take it, but I think it's a tight game. I think Bears take it and win this.
Well, I mean, you saw, I think it was last week or maybe a couple weeks ago, the Bears had this upward momentum, and they were like, I think it was like 45 or whatever, and then the Bengals looked like the Bengals were gone,
Done.
and then they came back, and it was just about to seconds, and Bears were able to come back and make that field goal. So that was interesting up on that game. So the next one is your Packers versus the Giants.
I don't think Packers look as bad as they did last week. Packers take this against the Giants. Even though I like Jackson Dart, I think Jackson Dart should be Rookie of the Year over my Cam Ward. I think
for the Giants, isn't he out?
He had a concussion,
'Cause
but I don't know if he's out or not. So
I think they might not play.
I mean, I don't think Russell Wilson's going to. Russell Wilson's done. Even if he throws like 300 yards, I still think he's terrible. He needs to retire. He's done. I mean, he's done everything he can. I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's done everything he can as a
player.
I think Richard Sherman put it like correct, which I think is true. He said that like the only reason why Russell Wilson looked as good is because they had that amazing defense in Seattle.
Had good players,
which is true because you think like Russell Wilson's the type of quarterback that you need a good running back who they had Marshawn Lynch, and you hand off the ball to him and let him do beast mode of what he needed to do.
Well,
and all you had to have was a quarterback to manage the game, which is what Russell Wilson did.
Well, they said that defense wins championships.
Yep.
But in the case of the Patriots, Brady wins championships because Tom Brady was the one that
but you know what?
brought that
They
team.
still, even though they had Tom Brady, like he had some terrible receivers and still played well, but the defense has always been really good. There have been times when, like even in his later runs, you've had guys who were your McCourties and stuff like that, and I mean, did pretty good. But
all right, next one: Bengals versus the Steelers.
This one's tough.
This is the match of the old guys, right? Because isn't Joe Flacco on the Bengals?
Joe Flacco is on the Bengals.
Yeah.
And
so
against A-Rod.
So this is the match of the old guys.
Here's the thing, and is going to be my prediction for the future. I believe the Steelers win this. They win this by a nail biter. But Mike Tomlin's going to be the head coach of the Tennessee Titans next season. So
you're going with the Steelers?
I think I go with the Steelers winning. And the only reason why I picked that is because Steelers need like a youth movement, and I don't think Mike Tomlin is ready for that youth movement. But I think if he went to a team like Tennessee, he has the quarterback ready to go. He has a running game ready to go. He just has to build that.
Yeah, but are they going to want to get rid of him, though? I mean, he's been with that team for so long.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Steelers get rid of him. I think they, quote unquote, mutually part ways. Which means that,
I mean, do you see him wanting to leave?
I can see the way that the last couple seasons have been. I can see him leaving because
it doesn't seem like he has any, inkling of wanting to leave.
The thing is, though, is if Mike Tomlin's on the market, you get him. He's such a great coach.
He's a good coach.
And that's why I believe he's going to be at Tennessee, because they're going to throw money at him to get him. He is such a great coach. But I think what's happening right now is just that he doesn't have a defense.
Yeah, but
it's hard for him to
play. But has he expressed interest that he wants to leave as a Steelers, or just want to retire as
there has been some
rumbling?
I personally think Mike Tomlin should, if I were the Steelers organization, I keep Mike Tomlin as much as I can around because he's such a great coach. He's one of, I think, outside of, I would say Mike Vrabel, I think Mike Tomlin's probably one of my top favorite coaches in the league
Better
today.
than Pete Carroll?
I think he's better than Pete Carroll. I think, reason why too they say that they want to mutually part ways is because he hasn't won a playoff game in almost 10 years. So it's one of those two where it's like they think he's lost it. I don't think he has. I think he just hasn't had the team around him in the last 10 years. I mean, you got to think like.
I mean, they got Aaron to try to go and turn around the team.
Roethlisberger retired, so they don't have that. They don't have a good running game right now. They got like a rookie guy doing it. Their offensive line used to be stout. They don't got like a really good offensive line like they did in the past when you had all these guys there. They had a really good defensive line that has aged and taken time. So you've seen that because their division's so bad, like the Steelers can just pick up wins, and I think they pick up a win here. But Mike Tomlin becomes the new head coach of the Tennessee Titans next season. Tennessee Titans go into glory. He wins a championship with them. And speaking of next team, I got the Titans. Mark that as a win against the Texans because David Mills ain't doing nothing.
So do you think it's going to be the second win for the Tennessee Titans?
Second win because David Mills ain't doing nothing. So that he isn't picking apart that defense. So next question.
Well, if he ain't picking apart of the defense, why are you picking them that they're going to win?
Because David Mills is going to be the quarterback of the Texans. Cam Ward's he's gonna get his second win after a bye week. They're fully rested now. They're gonna actually have a good team going into this bye week. So don't sleep on the Titans this second half after their bye week.
Okay. Next one, 49ers versus the Cardinals.
I got the 49ers. If Brock Purdy actually ever comes back, I think they take him to the promised land.
I don't know. Brock Purdy might not be their quarterback anymore.
Oh, he has to because
it might just be Mac Jones.
I don't think it's going to be Mac Jones.
You don't think it'll be Mac Jones?
But the thing is, though, Brock Purdy signed he signed like a 4 or 5 year deal, so he has to be with them at least for the next 5 years.
Yeah, but I mean, he could be backup. They might just go with Mac Jones.
No,
Mac Jones.
I think Mac Jones shows why he wasn't the starting quarterback in the New England Patriots because he has his up and down moments, and I think that's the whole reason why. But I think 49ers should be higher in the list.
I think that they also don't have. He didn't have a good offensive coordinator to train.
Yeah, but you know what? Like right now with
because when Cam Newton was on the Patriots, to try to train him to be a quarterback, like. It didn't do so well.
But Mac Jones had Josh McDaniels his first year, and he played really well. And that's what you're seeing with Drake May right now. That Josh McDaniels off. Now I'm hoping Mike Vrabel can keep Josh McDaniels around a long time. They don't go, oh well, the Raiders should rehire. No, like Josh McDaniels is not he's not a head coach. He's an offensive coordinator, and I think that's where he's going to win another championship. But Mac Jones is one of those.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones is one of those that like after that he's not like a good game manager. I think he looks good because Christian McCaffrey has actually picked it up.
So you think he's like a Sam Donald, like a okay quarterback, but will be going to different teams?
I think he goes to different teams, but it's one of those where like he needs to learn. He needs a good which is why like the 49ers were good. Kyle Shanahan's really good. He's a really good offensive minded coach, which is why he's having success here. Sam Darnold had the exact same thing, and then when he went over to the Vikings head coach is a really good Kevin O'Connell, I believe it is his name. Mm-hmm. He's a really good offensive head coach. So I think what you're seeing is like them learning under these really good offensive head coaches, and that's why they're having success. That's why Sam Darnold's having success in Seattle, is because he went from a terrible Jets team and then learned from great offensive coaches to earn his contract that he did. So good for him.
Okay, well the next one, Seahawks versus the Rams.
This is where I'm having a
they're fighting for number one because any one of those, it's number one, number two. So whoever wins is going to dominate for the number one.
My mind tells me the Rams are going to win it, but something tells me do not sleep on the Seahawks. So I think I'm going to choose the Seahawks.
Okay.
But I think it's tough because I think the Rams are playing so well this season.
They're fighting for the spot because if you look at, they're in the division, so it's 1-2 right now.
No,
so
I think
they're fighting for it.
I got the Seahawks. I think they win this, and
All right. Next game, Ravens Browns.
I believe Ravens go to 500.
You think Ravens
I
actually
think the
do
Browns. The only way I think the Browns win this game if they put in Sanders, and I think Sanders wins the game for them. Where they're at right now, I don't think they need to just put in Sanders, see how he plays for the rest of the season, and determine whether or not he's going to be their quarterback
He's
of the
their
future.
third string right now, right?
He's their backup.
He's their backup
He's
now?
their backup now because now the Browns are playing with 2 rookies. But I think Sanders is going to be your quarterback of the future, and I think they need to
you just
test
got to give him
out
an
now.
opportunity.
You got to give him the opportunity now since the
Because-
season's already done.
Because it said, like, he's the pocket quarterback. If they make him a scrambling quarterback, he's going to lose and he's going to have the worst success.
He's going to...
If they make him a pocket quarterback like Brady or Manning, like those type of people, or even like Roethlisberger or Aaron Rodgers and stuff, where they rarely run unless they absolutely have to, but they stay in the pocket, he's going to dominate in that team, and then that team's going to turn over.
I think one of the issues, with the Browns right now is because they can't build a team because they still have that Deshaun Watson contract. So once that contract kind of is done with, they can start spending a lot more money because they can't release him because then they're on the hook for whatever. I don't remember what he signed, but it's one of those where it's like, well, you might as well just keep him on team and then eat the dead money instead of getting a penalty. So that's where they're kind of at, but I think they found their quarterback of the future. They have a great defense. I think what they need to do is they just need to get a couple offensive linemen to build them up, get some more position players, backup tight end, get some receivers maybe in free agency, go and give Sanders the keys, get a good left tackle to protect him, let him sit there and pick apart everybody. Yeah, and I think you win.
Said if you make him a pocket quarterback, he's going to dominate in the league. So. If you make him a scrambling quarterback, he's done.
Let him make the decisions quicker. Because they say he will hold the ball too long, and that's because he's thinking, "Oh, do I sit there or do I run?
Do I run?
Let him sit there.
Let him figure it out. Let him figure
1,
out.
2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. Like that's all you got to do with this guy, and he's smart enough to be able to read that defense, know what's going on, be able to make that quick decision. I think that's where he shines the most, and that's where you need to build his skill. Sanders, if he starts, he pushes. I think he can get a couple more wins for this Brown team, but definitely got to see what he can do.
All right, next one is the Broncos versus the Chiefs.
Ooh, this one, I think the Chiefs upset the Broncos.
You think the Chiefs
I think so. I think this is...
Because the Chiefs haven't been doing so hot.
Yeah, but I think this is where it's late in the... Because you gotta think, the Chiefs are kind of in that... they're on the cusp of being able to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, they're in the mid-tier
I think this is where the Chiefs usually shine late in the season, and I think this is where they start to pick up things.
I don't know. I mean,
they beat the Broncos.
It's hard to see the Chiefs being 5-4, and the Broncos actually doing good with Bo Nix and stuff. So
yeah, but you still get these games where you lose. I mean, the Broncos didn't look so good, so it's like you kind of have those. They kind of have those moments. I think this is where they have their moment.
Broncos were usually the mid tier. They're usually the 5-4, not the 8-2.
No,
Chiefs are usually around this time.
The Chiefs got some work to do on their offensive line and things like that. Their defense is taking a step back, but I think you can't go against Mahomes every game, and I think this is a game where they go back to 500.
I think it's the whole theory I have with Travis Kelce's too distracted. So I think you get him in line, then they'll. I think that's the thing too.
Like Travis Kelce will probably retire at the end of the season, and then go on to
marry Taylor Swift.
They'd go on to retire and
not be so hot.
Be a.
Speaking of side note, somebody signed a 1-day contract with the Patriots to retire.
Who was that?
Gronk
signed a one. He finally retired.
He's retired now.
Gronk finally retired. What's that Gronk one? Gronk.
Yeah. He's finally retired.
Retired.
Yeah, he signed a 1-day.
About time he finally retires. Now he could go into the Hall of Fame.
Yep, he finally retired. He's not going to lace up his boots again and come back.
Well, it's good to see he retired. Yep. Hopefully he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's really good.
He's the best tight end.
Probably one of the best tight ends in history. But we'll see.
Instead of the side note, we'll go back. Lions, Eagles. Who do you think's going to win?
You know what? Since why can't I think of the head coach's name? Since the head coach took over offensive call duties for the Lions, I think the Lions take this one.
You think Lions upset it?
Eagles barely won last week. So, and I mean, is AJ Brown playing? I mean,
I don't know, but
they barely won last week. So.
That was a tough one to pick. This Monday games to ease this one to call. There could be an upset in it, but I thought it was an easy one to call. So the Monday games, the Cowboys versus the Las Vegas Raiders at home.
I got the Cowboys
at Allegiant Stadium.
I got the Cowboys. I think
that's what I picked. I picked the Cowboys too because I don't see them doing so hot. And since the fans hate the quarterback for the Raiders, which I don't know why. You should like your quarterback unless he absolutely sucks.
I wanted to go into standings, playoff picture. Mm-hmm. So let's look at the playoff picture before we end things here and give your thoughts on what they don't have the data. No playoff picture data yet. How do you not have playoff picture? Like, you already know who's in the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Look at this. And their site's acting a fool.
Yeah, I think it might just...
Let's go to standings
then.
What do you see standing... What do you think?
Because, I mean, like, Patriots right there is already
Patriots 8-2. They have to kind of have
So they're 2 games up. So, basically, if the Bills will win, they'll just be 7-3.
Like, New England has to have kind of like a catastrophic ending to their season in order for them to... I personally didn't think they were, at this point of the season, they were going to be 8-2.
I didn't think so either because...
I predicted somewhere that they were going to be like a couple games over.
Like, I knew Mike Vrabel would turn the team around, but I didn't think he was going to do this good on it because Gerard Mayo, like, screwed up the team.
Yeah.
You know, and made them like the Jets one where they were like 1 or whatever. Then Mike Vrabel, this is basically his record that he would always have in Tennessee.
Yeah. Remember, he always started off like 1-3, 1-4, and then he would like take off. so he always started losing, and then.
Hopefully he breaks his record and gets up into double digits and not stay in the single digits with the Patriots.
I'm hoping that they win. He goes to the Super Bowl.
I mean,
I'll be rooting for him.
I hope they go to the Super Bowl because the Patriots haven't been in the playoff picture since Brady.
Since Brady left that season after, but I'm a Mike Vrabel fan. I'll be rooting for him if he makes it to the Super Bowl. So, what do you think of AFC North here?
See, I mean, it's hard with the Steelers because Aaron has his good and bad days. The same with Lamar Jackson. So I think that they're going to probably just start fighting for the number 1 spot. I see the Ravens pulling it off more.
Now, the Ravens, it looks like, I don't got my glasses, but it looks like it says they're on a 3-game win streak right now, and the Steelers
are on a 1 losing streak.
Lamar Jackson did come back. He is healthy, but do you think he's healthy enough to be able to win this division?
Yes, I think that they're going to barely pull it off, though. I don't think that they're going to be like 2-3 games ahead to like clearly see the winner. I think it's going to come down to like they won their last game and the Steelers end up losing it. Okay. So it'll be kind of like, let's say, like how this is like 5-4. I think it'll be something like that where it's going to be 1 game and that's all that they're going to hold it to.
What about AFC South?
Well, this one here,
Titans winning 7 straight.
I don't, but see, the Colts is like clear winner on here. Usually it would be the Texans up there.
Usually it's the Texans. The Jaguars kind of get in those games, but the Colts have been such a surprising team. I hope. I mean, I'm not a Colts fan. I'm hoping that the head coach Shane Sheckham or whatever his name is, he's possible could win Coach of the Year. I think Vrabel wins it if they continue on and they win like the number 1 seed. But I think it's tough too because Sean Payton could win it.
If you look at the Tennessee, they're on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, I mean, they could pick it up. Like all these guys are week, one loss, 1 week. Yeah,
I mean, they can turn it around. But it's just like, do you see the Tennessee coach fired? Well, at the end of the season, or do you think that they're going to give him another chance? Well, and you guys are going to be 1-8 again.
Since they already fired Brian Callahan, I don't think they're going to be like, all right, this way in the midseason, Mike McCoy is going to get fired. I don't think they sign him back on because I think they get Mike Tomlin. But I think what needs to happen with Tennessee though is they need to get like an established head coach. Because what happened was they went with like the hot new coordinator and stuff like that, and he was terrible.
Well, I mean, you think that they might be kicking themselves because they got rid of Mike Vrabel.
Yep.
And Mike Vrabel jumped to the opportunity to go back to his home team of playing with the Tennessee Titans. Mm-hmm. I mean, the New England Patriots. And now he's like turned that team way around. Because that team used to be one and whatever, used to be the worst team in the NFL.
And that's where I think...
and that was sad because the Patriots have always been a high-caliber team and been up there where they make playoffs every year. And they may not win, but they would make it up in the playoffs. And the reason why... that was the time that they did
I talked about this with Mike Vrabel with the Tennessee Titans. The reason why he lost his job in Tennessee was because the GM would not let him get players that he wanted. Mm-hmm. You saw with New England, they had a salary cap, and it was free reins on who he wanted to sign and stuff like that. It's just, in my opinion, it's like the GM should consult with the head coach and be like, what players do you want? We'll negotiate the contracts. Mm-hmm. You let me know who you want. And I think that's where Mike Vrabel has had success because he said, I have a franchise quarterback. I need to protect him. I need a defense. I need this. Mm-hmm. And you had these guys jump into who used to play in Tennessee, like Harold Landry, going to New England. He was able to get guys in free agency who has worked out well. So I think that's what Tennessee needs to do. They need to get like a Mike Tomlin, somebody who's been established, and let him just say, you know what, let me spend money to build this team. And I think they...
Well, also, I think the problem with Tennessee right now is they're spending all that money on that new stadium that's adjacent to the Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
That they probably don't have any money. That's why they probably got rid of Derrick Henry and couldn't sign on anybody that they actually wanted.
This season, Derrick Henry has not looked like the Derrick Henry in the past, so I think Derrick Henry...
Well, I mean, because I think he's up there in age, so I think that, he's physically not going to do it. Because, I mean, like, look at Aaron. Aaron, I mean, was, during the Brady era, like, top tier like Brady and stuff like that. Now he's like
even last season with the Jets, but... You can see though when you don't like even with like Mahomes when you don't have a really good offensive line and you are a veteran guy, like you're gonna start taking these bumps and bruises, and that's what you're starting to see with some of these top tier quarterbacks. Like they didn't spend their money. They thought they could just put a patch offensive line together, and they're getting beat because of it. So that's where you need to start investing into these top tier guys.
I think Aaron went to the Steelers just so that he didn't follow in Favre's footsteps.
Which is interesting because the way that the Vikings have been playing, it would have been interesting to have him on the Vikings.
Yeah, they probably They probably would have won like way more games.
J.J. McCarthy is not the. It would have been interesting to see him go there, but so AFC West, you think the Broncos take it or the Chargers? Or Kansas City comes up and sneaks in and takes it here.
I actually think that. The Chargers will probably get up there.
Chargers were my pick to win it, and Herbert to win. But I mean, I don't know. They have a really great coach. I think.
Because right now they say Kansas City's only on a 1-game losing streak, which isn't that bad. Yeah. That means that they can easily turn around.
Denver's on a 7-game win streak.
Yeah.
Right now.
So I mean, they're poised to lose at least 1 game, but I mean, right now they're hot right now.
I think this is what's tough, though, is because, like, this whole division has all top-tier head coaches. So I think that's what's tough. Whereas, like, Las Vegas Raiders, they have Pete Carroll, but it's tough because Raiders are terrible right now. Kansas City, Andy Reid.
If they get rid of Geno Smith, I mean, they say the Raiders fans hate Geno Smith for some reason.
But it's like you see these guys, they got all top tier head coaches, and this is why you see like the good competition. I think normally what happened was you saw like, the Broncos had some head coach, Vance Joseph or somebody, and it's like, that's 2 wins there. But now it's like harder for Kansas City to say that's 2 wins here. But I think Kansas City also hits that, they say like the Super Bowl loss person, they have like a bad record going in, they don't make the playoffs again. So I think that's going to be what is going to be tough, what we're going to see. I think they do sneak in where...
You think that they'll be number 2? Or do you think that they're going to be up there at number 1?
I think they'll be like a 7 seed.
But I'm talking about for the West.
Oh, the West, they don't win this division.
They don't win that division?
The Broncos and Chargers have to lose like every game going on in order for them to... Like Kansas City has to go basically on like a 7-game win streak, 8-game win streak.
If they want to beat the Broncos.
In order to just take this division. I don't see Kansas City doing that. I see them splitting it, maybe going 4-4, and being able. I think they sneak in the 7th seed because I think the AFC.
So you think that they'll make wild card then?
I think they make wild card like the 7th seed, but they lose to a Denver or New England, whoever ends up being the number 2 seed there. So.
All right, so the NFC. Now, this is good because I think Eagles are going to take it.
Eagles take it.
But I think Commanders will make it as number 2. I don't think Cowboys will stay number 2 in this division.
I don't know. I think
that they'll be number 3. Giants will still be...
Honestly, I think the Giants probably take it.
You think the Giants will go up on there?
I think because now that they got rid of Brian Daboll, like it's one of those where it doesn't... They already know Philly's winning it. You have to just say now who's playing for number 2. I think Dallas probably finishes with like 6 wins. The Commanders are probably near the 5, and I think New England or New York can take like 6 or 7 wins.
So you think that they'll actually do it? Because they show everybody is on a losing streak, but
the Eagles. I'm going to take it.
I mean, Commanders are on a 5-game losing streak,
and New York's on a 4. But I'm going to take it as just a fun prediction. I think.
You think the Giants will make it like number 2?
Honestly, I think the Cowboys probably take it as number 2, but I want to see if I can actually get one right this season.
All right. So with the North, do you think the Lions will still pack it up, or do you think the Packers will make it? Because it's interesting because the Bears are usually not up there. Vikings are usually always at the bottom.
Gosh, I think the Lions take it. I think they win this division again, like last game of the season.
So they'll barely pull it off.
Because I think Green Bay, you're going to see Jordan Love get injured like later on. They haven't played as well. I think the Chicago Bears have been playing well, but I think they're going to have kind of that.
So you're saying that season. Vikings will be 3rd,
Vikings,
and then Packers will be last.
No, Vikings are going to be last. I think each one of these teams.
They're going to just stay in that position.
I think they battle it back. I think Detroit. Like I think they sneak out with probably like a 11-12 wins for the season, but they sneak it out and they win the division.
So you're saying the Lions will win?
I think the Lions win the division. I think Green Bay number 2, Chicago number 3, but I think all 3 of those teams have a winning record going into. But one of those teams do not make the playoffs, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be Chicago.
You think it's Chicago instead of the Packers?
Well, the reason why I think it's tough, if that playoff picture thing worked, because you got to think those 3 teams, and you have the 3 teams in the NFC West. So one of those guys, like, they're going to have a good record, but they're not going to win a 6 or 7 seed. So I think it's going to be tough. One of those teams, I think the NFC West takes like the final spots. I think 2 teams from the NFC North make it to the playoffs. So
do you think for the NFC South, do you think the Bucs is going to take it, or do you think Panthers is the sleeper team that's going to?
I think the Bucs take it because I think what you're going to start seeing with the Panthers is like you see them slowly getting better, but I don't think that they have what it takes to be able to put the pieces together. I think just Tampa is just too good, even though they got hit with a lot of injuries. I think they're just too good to get through, and I don't think because Carolina could have won it last week. They didn't. So who they played? The Jets.
Well, you see right? It shows that the Bucs are 4-1 on the road.
Yeah, so they lost to New England.
Yeah, they do better on the road than they do at a home game.
Yeah,
they're 50-50 at home.
I think this division, though, like Carolina has been a surprising team, but I don't think they have the pieces to go through and win like Tampa does. Yeah, Tampa's been hit.
You don't think Atlanta will make number 2 on that?
I don't think so.
You don't think that they'll come back?
No, I
break their 4-loss win streak.
No, I don't. I think
losing streak.
I think the bad thing about Atlanta was their head coach. I don't think he's a really good head coach at all. I thought Arthur Smith would have been good enough to turn that team around, but they didn't wait long enough. I think they've given Raheem Morris enough time, especially since he's a veteran head coach, to be able to turn this team around. He hasn't. I thought Arthur Smith, because I think Arthur Smith, his last season, he went like 7-8, which is, yeah, you have a losing record, but a lot better than what Raheem Morris has been able to do. So I think Arthur Smith should have had more of an opportunity, and Falcons probably would have been winning the division, but I don't see that happening. Falcons are going to start looking for a new head coach next year.
What if they get Mike Tomlin?
I don't think so.
You don't think Mike Tomlin would even want to go there?
If anything, like if he doesn't go to Tennessee, he takes a year off and then see what's open. But, yeah.
So the West is the interesting one because
West is going to be fun.
I could see the Rams taking it to be number 1.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks, be number 2. But I can also see San Francisco coming back.
It's gonna be a tough division. I think. I'm still going 49ers win it because Robert Saleh has come back and built that defense really well. It's just that 49ers on offense got to get healthy, and I think that's their biggest thing right now. Kyle Shanahan, I think, is a really great coach. I think he could turn this team around. It's just like, they got to get healthy. So,
I mean, they all have, except for the Cardinals, a 4 victory on the road.
And if this thing ever works, and they don't, I don't know why they don't have data yet, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't think that they want to. But when we were looking at the other one, they all have the San Francisco can get so, but on the road they're all 4.
All 4 games on the road, yeah.
So they all do better,
on the road for now.
And the Seahawks and Rams have a 4-game win streak.
They've played more games, like San Francisco right now has played more games on the road. Mm-hmm. So you can see that, who knows, they may pick it up.
Well, I mean, they played the 4, 5, 6, 4, yeah.
They've played more games on the road right now. So,
yeah.
But we'll see it.
But they've also played more games in their division, too.
Yeah.
Than the other teams.
And you also got to think though, like when you start looking later on, if they haven't played like all their division games, what does it look like week 16, 17? As you start winning that final game and it's a division game for the title on the line, all these guys are going to start playing.
Well, also it's pretty sad though that the Seahawks are doing this good and they don't have Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
And I bet you Pete Carroll's probably pissed because he's like, I was on a team. Then I brought it around. They did, pretty good, and then they wanted me on the Raiders to go and build this up, and the Raiders sucked.
And the Raiders didn't do so high. Yep.
So that's just interesting to see that. I mean, that's what also happened with Belichick too. It was like Belichick was all good, then they got rid of him.
Well,
they got Gerard Mayo.
Speaking of Belichick,
Gerard Mayo sucks.
Do you think though Belichick takes one of these vacant positions that are going to be open, coaches next season, or do you think he's just too old that they're not going to have him back in the NFL? He leaves North Carolina, brings his girlfriend.
I think he's just going to retire.
You think he's going to retire?
I don't think he's going to.
So you think once he's done with North Carolina, he pretty much
retires? I mean, what would be kind of funny is if he does the head coach job for Tennessee and then turns Tennessee around and it's like, oh, he was New England, but a New England guy was on Tennessee, went over and they flip-flop like that. That would be interesting on it, but I don't see I don't see him coming back.
I think he could come back just because I think he needs to win the wins record of all time for head coaching. So I could see him coming back to try to win that. And so a team he could take a New England or not Tennessee because he could try to win that division with Tennessee and start building. I mean, I think what also you see is Bill Belichick after Tom Brady left. Like, he hasn't learned how to adapt to the current game.
Yeah, he hasn't learned how to lose,
old
basically.
school. I think he's like old school mentality where you start seeing the way that, like, especially he's not like a player's coach. So I think like Mike Vrabel's a player's coach. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of players aren't like, they get mad when he's there and stuff like that. But I think having him, I think he could possibly turn it around, but he's got to be able to learn how to adapt to the game much better and not really think of like, because you always saw it was like the Patriot way, the Belichick way, but then it stopped working once Tom Brady left.
Well, also, you got to think about it though. Also, is Belichick is more of the pocket quarterback era, where now the era is scrambling quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's not good at doing the scrambling quarterback because he's thinking, I have running backs to do the job. Why would I need the quarterback to go do the job? So the game of football is changing, and
so it's
all scrambling quarterback.
Does he become the coach, go back to the Cleveland Browns like he used to coach back in the day? Does he go back to Cleveland?
What would be ironic is if he goes to the Raiders and become the head coach of Raiders, because he would have had that job, and if the owners of the Raiders didn't like him,
it's possible.
And then he ended up going to New England, but he could have been there instead of them picking
That's why I say it's possible that he goes there.
Because, I mean, Brady, since he's a minority shareholder of it, he might say, hey, I like Belichick. Why don't we get rid of Pete Carroll? Let him do whatever he wants. Let's go get Belichick back and then turn around the Rams. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Raiders. Because Tom Brady has more say in it than the owners of, the Raiders on there. Because since Brady's, minority shareholder and he's starting to like living in Vegas if he's even going to be moving to Vegas, So, I mean, I can see Belichick coming back. I don't see it, though. I think that he's probably going to...
You think he's donezo?
I mean, the only way I could see him coming back coaching in the NFL is if he breaks up with this girl.
Yeah,
because I think
you think she's too good looking. No, she brings the NFL. It's gonna be a distraction.
No, I think what it is like she's way too young for him, and so
she's like 25 or something. He's like in his 70s.
Yeah, but she's like too much going on kind of thing for him. That's why he's a distraction. That's why he can't focus on doing it. So if he seriously wants to go and be a good head coach, he has to get rid of her because he's too distracted with her because she's always out there like, no, we got to do it this way, we got to do that, like,
and they're you got a bunch of young kids like, you're like my age, what's up? Like,
so they're all like listening to her, not really listening to him on coaching. That's why he's not doing so hot for North Carolina.
What is his record for North Carolina?
It's not that good. It's probably what the last year of New England was for him.
North Carolina football.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. His record is that good.
He's 4-5.
Yeah. So he's average. He's not.
He hasn't done so hot.
He hasn't done so
I
hot.
didn't think he was actually going to win 4 games. So
yeah, I mean, who has a better record, him or Dion?
I think they both suck.
No, but does Dion have a better record for college?
College like overall, but Colorado football.
Yeah, because isn't he coaching the
he
college
is
team?
3-7, so
so Belichick actually
has a better record.
Has a better record. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's crazy.
And
I thought Dion had a better record.
Dion didn't have so good because he didn't have his good quarterback of his son playing now. So
yeah.
But I think they got the guy from Liberty University who's on Colorado now, which sucks because Liberty is doing terrible. But you know what's interesting though is. I know it's not college football, but I gotta talk about my school. Is Liberty? They used to have a head coach. What's his name? Hugh Freeze, who used to coach Ole Miss. He came to Liberty, turned Liberty around, and then he ended up taking a job, some other big name college. Now that college just got rid of him, so I'm hoping Liberty gets him back and builds that team again. It gives him just like a 5-year contract or something, and be like, hey, you should have been the head coach, and so.
All right, well, that's all of our picks and our predictions for playoff standing of who's going to win in each, division and stuff like that. So, below, put your comment of
put your
favorite team down there so we can debate it.
And give us your best Gronk.
Yeah. Give us the best Gronk impression on there.
Look at that.
And
give us your best Gronk.
Pick who you think's going to the Super Bowl or who's going to go to the playoffs and stuff like that so we can all talk about it in the comments below. We do this show every week on there, giving you our picks, our analysis of football and stuff like that. So just like and subscribe to our channel so that we can actually build this channel up on there, and hopefully we can get to more subscribers, get at least like 5 subscribers by the end of the year.
Let's keep pushing on this. Let's just make it fun.
Yeah.
Make it interesting, guys. So thank you guys.
We're doing both football and wrestling.
On there. So.
And a side note for all you wrestling fans on there, I don't know if you saw Monday Night Raw on there, but John Cena is a Grand Slam winner now because he won the Intercontinental Title on there. And so he has his final days that he's going. So is he going to keep that title until his last match, and then whoever faces him in his last match loses it? But you kind of see that there's in the works in the background that Sheamus needs that title for him to be the Grand Slam. So
it would be interesting.
Sheamus might actually face him so he can win that title from John Cena and become the Grand Slam.
That would be interesting. So.
Yeah, and also interesting on the thing, Dirty Dom didn't have Judgment Day to help him out, so he's pissed on it. So it looks like Judgment Day might be done for him, and that he might go solo on his own. And
solo
and
what?
And Judgment Day, breaks up and fractures on there, and they all do their own separate ways up on there. So, and also side note on there is, there's a new tag team women's champion now, thanks to, I would say maybe the New Bloodline, because it's Nia Jax and Naomi interfered in the match.
Naomi came back? I thought she was having a kid.
No, well, she came back. They were in the audience.
Did she already have her kid then?
I'm assuming. I don't know. I would think so, because I don't think that they would have her back if she's pregnant. But
unless she is,
I
don't know.
She pulled the leg of one of the people on there for them to lose. So that's the wrestling quick 101 on that one. But thanks for all of it, and we'll see you on the next one.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Yep.